What's going on, guys? I got a story for y'all. This is about the time when, holy shit, my game is loud. I need to turn it all the way down so I can hear myself. Alright, what's going on, guys? Today, I got a story time for y'all. This is about the time when I actually greened out in school. This was like first or second quarter. It's pretty early into the year. Um, oh, I look retarded. But it was pretty early in the year, and I hadn't really been smoking too much up at this point, aside from like the summer. In the summer, I would go full fucking stoner mode, but aside from that, I hadn't really been smoking much at this point. So my tolerance was obviously very low, and actually, I take that back. This is around the time when I started smoking more and more. I wasn't like at the point where I am now or anything. This was still like a pretty decent point in my life. But I think I maybe bought up at this point I had bought in two carts in the school year or during the school year. Yeah. So I'm trying to remember everything that happened. This is a pretty funny one. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Hold on, let me hit my vape in hopes that I can remember. Alright, so up at this point, I'd only bought in two carts, like during the school year. In the summer, I had bought in maybe 8 grams worth of carts, all screw ons. No, actually, I'd bought in 1 2 gram and multiple screw ons, but that's because there's this thing. I'm not gonna say what it's called because I don't want to expose the area where I live at or anything. But it's kind of like a music festival ish. A lot of people, like 16, 15, a lot of teens, they go up to that area a lot during the summer, and it is fun. But I didn't have a way, or at least I didn't know a way of meeting up with plugs like within my house. So I'd have to be meeting up with them there. That's really the only reason why I hadn't been, well, aside from having absolutely zero emotion at the time. That was really my only way of meeting up with plugs. So obviously, into this I think this was second quarter. Obviously in the second quarter, my tolerance is gonna be very low. Wait, one, two, three, four, five. Yeah, it's five, okay. Anyways, obviously, tolerance gonna be pretty decreased because I hadn't been smoking too heavily. I hit a cart here and there in school, but it wasn't nothing crazy. I was still getting unreasonably geeked off of carts. I keep selling, holy shit! But I was getting unreasonably geeked off carts at this time. That that's really what you guys gotta remember here. So, like I said, I was starting to smoke more heavily at this point. I had acquired about $30, and there was a senior. He had as well partook. Wait, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Okay, one more. Oh shit! Yo, he's coming after me. Fuck you, bitch. Oh shit! Yo, run! What are you doing? Fucking. Hold on, wait. I need a minute. Okay. Anyways, I'd acquired about $30 up at this point, in cart money, and I had bought in this 2 gram disposable off of this high school. This no shit, it's a high schooler off of this senior, and I was a sophomore at the time, so pretty young. I don't remember how much I had there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I need one more. Anyways, I was gonna sound horrible. I was 15 at the time, so tolerance super 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 low. And the guy who had actually let me hit the cart that I greened out on ended up getting expelled because he had too much motion, unlike me at the time. So he was. I don't want to call him my plug because I had only bought in a 2 gram disposable and a battery off of him, so it wasn't like a plug. It was more as just some dude who'd help me out. But he was like a plug aside from that. And this took place in my 5-6 period class. I know schedules are weird because our lunch periods, we have 3 lunches at my school. So it was 5-6. It was in between the second lunch. Luckily, I really don't know how the stars aligned on this one. He didn't have lunch at the time that I had my math class, and my math teacher was super fucking chill. Like, we would just put our phones up. You could have your phone just out. He literally wouldn't care, and mind you, in the area where I live at, phones in school is literally like just not allowed. Like, legally not allowed type shit. It's really just some bullshit. But obviously, you know, he's with the teacher being that chill, you're gonna be going to the bathroom a lot to go chief. I had, unfortunately, went to the bathroom whilst I'm gonna call him K. His name started with the K. So K was in there, and hold on, I need to make sure that I ain't gonna do another match because I'm kind of retarded. We only plays Ellis here. All right, so anyways, as I was going to the bathroom, or no, this is actually something I want to include. On my drive to school today, I went, you never know what's going to happen during school, if you're going to get more reasonably geeked or not. Which is actually a really funny coincidence looking back at it. But, wait, can I grab 2 of these? Aw, that would have been cool as shit. Wait, that one had 15? One of them had 15. Oh, no. I don't want that shit. Okay, anyways. So, as I'm going to the bathroom during my 5-6 class, we're back to my 5-6 class. Sorry for the time jump. I'm not expecting anyone to be in there. But as I'm walking in there, I start hearing coughing. And as anyone who chiefs in school knows, tends to happen in the back stall. Now I see K's haircut first because he is tall. He was pretty tall. So I see his haircut. I'm like, I'm about to get fried. Like, I was so fucking excited when I seen that haircut and him start coughing. Never been happier in my entire fucking life. So I'm about to. Okay, I can even save coach, damn. But obviously, I'm excited as previously implied. I'm hyped as hell. Like, genuinely ecstatic. I don't know how to explain it because at my time, I wasn't really into pills or anything at this time. So weed was the hardest thing that I was doing, and with weed being the hardest drug for me at the time, that means that bitch hit that bitch would hit for me like really, really well. So fuck you, jockey. Fuck. Okay. Anyways, so I wasn't in the pills or anything at the time, which if you aren't, I suggest not to get into. It's not worth it. It's they're addicting. Every pill is gonna give you a good effect, especially the one that I got in my hand right now. Look at that, some Zans. I don't have any in my hand in real life because for all I wouldn't even be able to probably say if I did on YouTube. Anyways, so me being as ecstatic as I am to just get abysmally high, and they fucking I'm terrified of these tanks, dude. They fry me every time. Dude! Oh, I sounded so autistic there. Anyways, so me being as excited to try this new card of his, I go, can I hit that real quick? He goes, word for word, you know. Alright, anyways. My bad, that was golden loot right there. So back to my story time. He goes, word for word, you know what? Just for you, you're the only one who I'll let hit this today. For some reason, me and him were like weirdly chill with each other. It was how this kid like I miss him. No gay shit. Like he was a cool ass dude in general. It's actually sad that he got expelled looking back on it. But anyways, after he says that, this dude pulls out possibly one of the most suspicious looking carts I've ever seen. I'm talking like it's just huge. Like there's too much weed in that bitch to not be boof, you know? Like oh, that was it was so unreasonably big. Which should have been my first sign to not hit it, because well, I was pretty dumb at the time. I didn't really understand what was boof, what wasn't boof. All I knew was if someone said it was fake to not hit it. And that live resin was better than some disty. That's really all I knew at the time. And the effects of the za, like, you know, from indica, sativa. I'd known that was really all of my weed knowledge. So I took such a big hit off of that boof ass card. No, I think it had something. It had to have something more than weed in it because this was. It felt more like it felt different, but at the same time, I was greening out and I had no tolerance, so I'm not gonna say there's anything in it. But I don't even know if it was boof looking back on it. Now that I think about it, wow. Oh, K smoked very good. Okay, that's all we're gonna say. He smoked very good. I hope I didn't just set off an alarm, bro. I can't hear shit. Y'all got the jockey, not me. That, that bitch is deaf going off. But anyways, as I'm hitting the cart, I took such a big hit that I started coughing mid hit. And when your tolerance is low and you start coughing mid hit, that's when you should come to the conclusion that maybe I should not have hit that. I didn't come to that conclusion, so after I was done coughing, I took another decently sized hit. It wasn't nothing crazy, but it had some crazy effects on me, unfortunately. So after, you know, ripping the art, I go back to my class. after I stopped coughing in the what's it called bathroom and everything. So because I wasn't like a dumbass with getting caught or anything. Like I'd only been suspended once, and that was because my friend left a cart in his locker, and this was pretty dumb of me because I had went out to go grab the art from his locker. So it is on me as well. But if you're putting a cart in your locker, expect to get caught. You're like, I don't mean this, and no, I do mean this in a mean way. If you're putting carts in your lockers, you're retarded. Okay, don't fucking do that. You're gonna get caught. They can go through it at will. It doesn't matter. Okay, maybe Nick, just put that bitch in your waistband or your sock. Like, there's so many other ways to go about hiding shit than your locker. But anyways, back to the story. I didn't even cough from weed. I don't know what I just coughed from. I might be sick. I don't know yet. But being alright, it does blow up. Oh shit, that's about to blow up. Anyways, bruh, boy, I'm cooked. Oh my god, what is this on my screen? Okay. Anyways, I hadn't really felt anything while walking back to class, which is to be expected because we, even if the package goes instantly, it doesn't. It's gonna take, I want to say, a good 5 minutes to start getting some noticeable effects. Not even actually, but if you're watching this, you probably chiefed in even you've probably just chiefed in general. So I don't know why I'm trying to explain this so thoroughly, but anyways, I hadn't felt it until I started getting back to my class, which I got, the typical low tolerance, feeling like you're lagging kind of thing. You know, it's the typical. This is where things didn't get typical though. I start feeling like I'm gonna throw up. Now, up at this point, I had never felt like throwing up from weed. Never. Like, even when I would get super fried, I just didn't feel like I'd throw up off of the za. And that was where, like I said, pre-pill era, this is where I was starting to freak out. Like, genuine fear in my eyes. So I nonchalantly ask, "Hey, can I go to the bathroom again? I don't feel too good." Because you can't embarrass yourself in front of. There were some fine shits in that class. So I wasn't trying to embarrass myself. Looking back on it, probably came out like, "Can I go to the bathroom? I don't feel so good." Anyways, hoping that that's not how it sounded. I just remember saying, "Can I go to the bathroom again? I don't feel so good." As I go in the bathroom, I see two of my friends. We're gonna call them. No, I see one of my friends, the other kid who I'm cool with. We're gonna call them V and R. I look at V and R. They go, "Hey, look, it's Mister. I need to go to the bathroom again. I don't feel so good." I don't even know how they knew I said that because they weren't in the fucking classroom when I said. No, it was Rock. Ooh. Almost said his name there. That could have been bad. It was R that had told me, or that had actually known that I said that. Not V. I don't know how the fuck V knew that I said that. Unless if someone was like recording me that I didn't know of, because I mean I was obviously noticeably high. I was fucking greening out. So I'm in the bathroom, and after he says that, I'm like, bro, I'm greening. he immediate demeanor changes. He goes, "Yo, we need to figure out how to get you not caught." So obviously, not wanting to get caught, plus greening, there's a lot going through my head than not getting, or there's a lot going through my head, right? So, fuck, this is like hard to remember. Damn, my bad. If drug stories aren't easy to remember. Anyways, as I see his demeanor change, my demeanor gets even worse. Like I'm fully freaked out because V is a pretty good smoker too. Like he cheats a lot. If he's freaking out, I'm freaking out. Okay, so me being the scared little, how did I startle the witch? Anyways, as oh, thank you, coach. Fuck yeah, you're a G. Anyways, after coming to the conclusion, after seeing V's demeanor change, that I'm fucked, R walks in. He goes, "Are you alright? You're really sweaty." That some actually forgot to add. I had started sweating a lot, like noticeably sweaty. That's embarrassing that I just fucking did that. Okay, anyways. After being as noticeably sweaty as I am, now this is where I'm kind of like trying to remember what went through my head. I don't want to say it was like I didn't think I was dying. I knew I couldn't OD from weed, like most people who green out their first time say, like where they're like, I felt like I was dying and shit. Like I knew I wasn't gonna die or nothing. I knew I couldn't OD off of weed, and I knew that K also wouldn't have laced me with or gave me anything that was gonna kill me. Cause I mean, who the fuck would do that? Aside from genuine drug dealers. He was only a senior. He's not getting his hands on nothing that's about to kill me. Because he was like one of those basic white boy seniors. He wasn't nothing like the type of senior where they're doing fucking lines at home. Which might sound crazy if you're a younger person watching this, but trust me, as you get into your years, you're gonna you're gonna see some people get into harder shit. And honestly, at first it's scary, but you come to the realization that drugs aren't as scary as they're made out to be, which is kind of fried, but it is the truth. I mean, we know all the bad things about them, but if you're, we'll get into that at a different day. But you know, back where was I? R walked in. After R walking in and telling me, I'm looking overly sweaty or noticeably sweaty, told him I'm greening. Demeanor changed too. He wets a paper towel, hands it to me, and goes, "Here, rub this on your face." So I just listened to him. I want to be honest with y'all. I felt absolutely nothing from that. I don't know if that works for some people, but you know, I guess I just wasn't one of those people. Usually there's a lot of zombies in here. That's kind of scary. Am I going away that I already went? No, I'm not. Okay. Oh shit. Bro, where did you guys come from? What? Okay, now that I'm getting bukkake, I'll keep talking about the story. Now that I'm nothing's like that's not working in my head. Nothing's gonna work. And at the end of the day, I did actually just wait it out. But you know, definitely there were some things that like doing that alcohol light, smelling it, that I think that helps. Like actually, because I seen the dude who made a raw post that, and he's a pretty trustworthy individual as we know. So I'm gonna trust that advice. Anyways, nothing eventful really happens after that aside from me doom scrolling, and I had missed like a lot of class. No, I'd missed the rest of my math class, and then the majority of my English class, literally right after that. Like I was just in the bathroom reading. And aside from my one friend, we're gonna call him Jay. He walks in that bitch. He goes, well, we're gonna call him. Yeah, we're just gonna keep it Jay. After Jay walks in, he's telling me how I don't look good. It's really all. Jay didn't give much input. Just felt like including that. But if you guys remember DP from the last story, he also walks in there. He kind of fucked me over on this one. Which, looking back on it, yeah, it was like nice of him to do, but he really did fuck me over because he walks in, sees me greening out. He goes, "Bruh, I heard you were greening. Are you good?" I go, "Yeah." He's like, "Do you need me to get anyone?" Specifically says that to me. Okay, keep that in mind. He goes, "Do you need me to get anyone?" No. Okay. No. I'm fucking greening out. Why would I want someone to come get me? Especially a teacher. He didn't listen. He still got someone to come get me. Who is that someone who come gets me? The Dean of Students. Okay? Mind you, I go to private school, okay? Which it's kind of fried because of all the shit that I do. But, you know, he's not happy. He's not going to be happy if he finds out what I was doing. So, me being all fucking graying out and seeing the dean walk in, I'm terrified. He goes, "Hey Max, you okay, bud?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm not, but I just need to tell him that. Mind you, as if you've ever greened out before, you're gonna know like you're gonna throw up a pretty decent amount. Most of it was dry heaving for me, which I'm actually pretty grateful about. But after fucking him seeing me, I need to hit my vape. I'm losing like focus here. Okay, so after seeing that and being as scared as I am up at this point, he goes, "Can you walk to the nurse?" I go, "Yeah, just 1 second." I gag a little bit more. I don't remember if I threw up like as at this moment, but I'm gagging, and after gagging, I attempt to stand up. I can't. Mind you, I haven't had any like coordination issues of the za up at this point. So that was kind of just weird to me, but at the end of the day, I was like, it is a drug. Like obviously there's gonna be some kind of coordination issues. So that didn't freak me out. But, you know, being as greened out as I was, it's not even a word. What the fuck am I saying? This game's making me lose focus. I'm sorry. Okay. I should start pre-recording, shouldn't I? Like it's pre-recording gameplay, but like that doesn't make it as raw, it's gonna be let's make it as raw, as genuine. This is all in the moment. Anyways, After finding out that I can't walk, he calls up the nurse. He goes, "Can you bring a wheelchair out to the bathroom?" Nurse comes in, and at this point, because there's a wheelchair and it's school, I'm like insanely embarrassed. I'm not even fucking, what's it called? I'm not even like scared anymore. I'm just embarrassed because I known I wasn't gonna die. I was aware it was happening. That I was grinning out. Obviously, not aware what's going on around me as much, but you know, I'm. I know, like, I know I'm gonna be all right at the end of the day. So I get wheelchaired out, and I got my eyes shut this entire time. I don't want to know if anyone saw me get wheelchaired out. Okay. I go to the nurse, call my mom. They're like, "You need to get him. He's looking sick. He's throwing up in the bathroom. He can't walk. He cannot be in school, and he cannot come the next day. Keep that in mind. He cannot come the next day." Okay, because my mom was not very thrilled about that. So my mom comes, she picks me up, and my mom had always said, if I'm honest about the weed smoking, she won't take anything away from me, but she will. She wouldn't take anything away from me, but she would restrict access to things, if that makes any sense. Like, I would have restricted access to my video games, okay? That was really the worst thing that could have happened to me at the time. So, you know, that what happens at home wasn't really a worry to me. But everyone in? Okay. So nothing being like an insane worry to me about at home. I'm not too worried about my mom picking me up. But after she comes, my fault. I had to recuperate. After, coming to the conclusion of I'm going home. Fuck yeah. Day out of school and I got fried. That's literally what went through my head too. Like the fact that I was throwing up and greening out completely went out of the window. It was just I got high and got to go home. Fuck yeah. And I got the day off at school the next day. That was also pretty fire. So, being as retarded as I was at time. Yo, she got her shit fried. I hope y'all saw that. Anyways, me being the fucking ecstatic frail boy. No, I wasn't ecstatic. I was just like, fuck yeah, Anyways, she comes to pick me up. I told her that I chiefed. I was greening out. She's like, I don't know what happened to the nurse. And as soon as that nurse looks away, I get the meanest side. I'm like, oh, some more than video games is about to get taken away. Which she didn't even restrict my access on video games for some reason. She just made me do shit the next day. Like more chores than I usually had to do. It looking back on it, it really was like it didn't refrain me from smoking in school like at all. If anything, it was like an encouragement because I knew the events that are gonna transpire at my house won't be too bad. So she picks me up, and in the car, in the moment, she didn't let me have my phone. But after we got home and I had taken my shower, I got my phone back, and I tell my dad what was happening. He's pissed. My dad, my dad had a pretty hard upbringing, so he has a very big prejudice against drugs. which I mean for good reason. Every parent should have a prejudice against drugs. You know, that's really like I'm not mad at him for that. I had told him though, and he goes, "Wow, you're a dumbass." And what my mom had told me was when I went upstairs after telling him that, he started being like, "We need to get him into rehab." Haven't been to rehab to this day, luckily. At least yet. Probably should be, but if you don't want the help, I'm not going to take that away from someone who actually needs the help, you know? Like, that's. If you don't. Alright, look, if you're a parent and you have a kid who's addicted to something and doesn't want to stop, don't send them to rehab because the problem could get worse. You're going to be around harder addicts or people who are within. I don't want to call them an addict. That was actually really mean. You're going to be around people doing harder or who did harder stuff. And unfortunately, as a user myself, we find ways around literally everything. Like, trust me, there's a way to get the drugs. So, if your kid has a problem, unless they actually want the help, do not send them to rehab. It could get worse, and you're taking it away from someone who could actually want the help or who actually needs the help. The help, like if it's someone with a benzo addiction, they could have a seizure and die. So you know, don't take that away from someone. And I'd openly told my mom in private, I'm like, at this point in my life, I don't want to stop smoking. And she goes, I understand you're not going to go to rehab, but you cannot do it in the house and you cannot do it in school. I'm like, what was it? I cannot do it in the house, I cannot do it in school, and I cannot own anything. Those were the 3 weed rules, okay? I broke every single one of those, which is kind of sad, but anyways. After I got my phone, my bad, I had to remember what happened. After getting my phone back and being like, wow, I get my day off tomorrow. That's pretty hype. That's pretty chill. At that point, I was pretty sober. Got my phone back, taking my shower. I remember having the meanest sleep that night. And I think I slept about the rest of the day. Like, woke up next morning. It was pretty fire. Pretty good sleep. Best sleep I ever got, def. But I take that back. I've gotten better. I've gotten better sleep off of some harder shit. But anyways, moral moral of the story is don't green out in school. But if I'm gonna be honest, if you want to chief in school, go for it. Cause if you can handle it, it really like will make it easier on you. Like if you're a productive smoker, I'm telling y'all, smoking in school, if you're a productive smoker, it will literally make life so much easier. Which unfortunately, I'm not a very productive stoner. It's it's unfortunate because I still do it in school. But if you are one of the few productives, do it. It makes life easier. But if you aren't and you have a low tolerance, don't chief in school. And what's another lesson I can give? I'm not gonna say don't do drugs. I'm gonna say, you know, don't green out in school, and you know what? That's it, cause it's really the only lesson that I learned. Anyways, have a good day, y'all. Sorry for the fucked up video. Just wanted to get something out, and it's a pretty good story. Bye.